Hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I can't tell who I am. You know, this world.
Don't put on a mask to do this, Michael.
You have to protect yourself from the sun. You have to protect yourself from the air. I mean, that's not a friendly planet.
And we have to protect ourselves from each other.
We have protection. So this equals 6 feet in space-time. So the old I'm Michael Mandel.
What is the old pal, Michael?
The old pal I saw in the Paul Harrington cocktail book, and it seemed like a good variation on the Negroni. You know, we do Negronis a lot here.
We have, yeah.
And they're equal parts of certain liquors. One of them is Campari. That's pretty much the essence. The other in a Negroni would be red vermouth. This is white vermouth, which is the old pal. And Negroni is gin. We're going to be using 2 different bourbons, and that is the old pal recipe. So as we usually do, I make a single cocktail, and we split it.
Yes, and then we do a variation.
And then we do a variation, and we walk out of here totally sober.
We do, because we only taste.
Yeah, we just taste. We don't drink.
And, you know, Michael and I are old pals.
And we are old pals. That's why it was a good drink to make. It's an old pal drink.
Sharing a good drink with an old pal.
That's right. We'll see how good this is.
He's older than I am.
Yes, but far more mature.
But who's counting?
Yeah, well, who's picking their nose? Can't pick your nose if you don't have the book to choose from. Okay, so this is 1 ounce Campari, 1 ounce of bourbon. We started with the Elijah Craig 12-year-old, which is supposed to be pretty good.
Okay.
Yes. Got that from Don Leslie a couple of years ago. Notice I still have some left. But you know that.
Wait a minute. You're putting in Campari, the vermouth, and you've already put in the
bourbon. So yes, so sweet dry vermouth. This is Contratto dry vermouth.
You don't see that a lot in stores.
No, now that Kelly's and Celebrate's out of business, you're not going to see it at all. It's not really a popular one, but it's a classy type of little thing that works out pretty nice. You said you liked it pretty good. When you drank all that, he drank the whole bottle.
Oh,
he said it was good. So
like I say, we only taste. We don't drink.
You like to prove that you like it. So shaking it, we haven't had a shake of a cocktail in at least 2 weeks.
At least, whether we need it or not.
Well, let's see. I have no idea what this tastes like because it would be cheating if I tried it.
That's right.
Oh, good color.
Most of these drinks are kind of experimental on our part. We do them as a public service to you, the viewer.
Sometimes I check them at home, but that's a lot. These are like 2.5 ounces.
Why'd you give me more?
Because I was...
You're such a good old pal.
No, I'm such a good old pal. Wow. That's pretty good. The bourbon...
Everything comes through.
The
really
bourbon. Bourbon really works. I think the sweet vermouth, the dry vermouth, makes it milder. Campari, you got that little bitterness, but it's mostly a bourbon drink in a way.
It's sweet. I think most women would like this. Not to be stereotypical about women
You are
only
always
liking
stereotypical.
sweet drinks.
You're always stereotypical.
But most women I do know prefer a sweeter drink.
Oh, we need the laugh track. Our producer said all one woman that Mark
I
knows.
know.
Yeah.
And
Sweet drinks can be good. Sweet and dry is something that is just one part of any flavor profile. And gosh, you know, bourbon is sweet. That's the thing.
It kind of is. You know, we're still dealing with that COVID-19.
Well, I'm dealing with it because I brought my mask. You're not dealing with it.
Wait a minute. I thought it was my turn to wear the mask.
Yeah, that's how I hand it off to you.
Okay, I'll wear it.
Give it back to me
Wednesday,
when you're done.
Thursday and Friday, then you can wear it after that. So that's still going on.
Wait, you didn't finish our old pal thing. We've been old pals since we think 92 or 93. 1892.
No. That's really old.
Is it?
Now, you know, when it came to the Corona-19, I remember when Trump said, "I'm not responsible. It's all up to the states." But now I notice he's trying to tell the states what to do. So it's either all about the states or it's not.
He goes to many sides depending on what which way the wind takes him. We can't say these things on this channel, you know. It's too political.
Well, you know, he did say anybody who wanted a test can get it, and that's not true either.
And we have millions of tests. We'll have millions
They
of
don't
tests.
have enough testing equipment, enough swabs, enough anything. They don't have enough gowns. They don't have enough masks. They're very short on masks.
Pretty much
still.
testing still takes a while. We have friends who got tested. It takes like 6 days to find out. You have 6 days where, of course, you're quarantined for 14 days, no matter how your test comes out, really.
Yes, and so you can be wearing masks if you can get your hands on one. Try to find a mask in a store these days. A lot of people are making them on their own. Let's see
Many people. You were just mentioning who would.
Yes, Luna Rosa Winery makes masks. They're selling them for $10.
Yeah, but it's $11 with pepperoni.
Yes.
So,
And you can get them at their drive-up window.
and they just put them around you.
Yes, and masks, gowns. Doctors are wearing their masks and gowns all day. Instead of changing them every time they deal with a patient, they should change them. And
You think?
yeah.
Although if you have one coronavirus already, you can have another. If you have all coronavirus victims.
People have ordered masks from China. They ordered like, I don't know, 1 million masks from China. We've got a picture of some masks there, I think.
Where's the picture of masks? It's a mask. Here it is.
And those are
And stuff.
masks. In the previous picture, they were
See, that's a type
masks
of little mask.
and gowns.
This one. But you're talking about masks that you have a space for a coffee filter in case you get thirsty?
Now, you know what Trump mentioned, that he said the masks, gowns, and ventilators aren't for the states. He says they're for us.
Who? Who's us? Who's
well,
us? The White House?
I don't know who us is, but
White
it's
House?
definitely not us in the states, apparently.
You know who else it isn't?
His family.
Puerto Rico. It's not for Puerto Rico either.
Not for Puerto Rico either. Now,
I guess Guam.
he did recommend
Didn't
everybody...
you memorize this? You didn't memorize this?
He did mention that everybody should take hydroxychloroquine if your doctor tells you to.
If your doctor tells you to. Doctors are not prescribing it, as far as I know. The only thing he has to... And in fact, it's been proven that it hasn't been proven.
Well, some people are saying it doesn't work and could actually kill you.
Some people have actually died from it.
It's made by a company that Trump has a financial interest in, which I think is why he wants everybody to take it. He then fired the doctor who blew the whistle on the fact that it's not as good as everybody thinks it is.
Well, and the way he was suggesting it was by saying, take it. How can it hurt? Well, you could die. But I guess once you're dead, it doesn't hurt, does it?
Well, he's firing people from the CDC who don't promote it. Now, my greatest fear is right now, the way that this country and Italy have mishandled the virus crisis. All one of our enemies, like Russia or North Korea, would have to do is now introduce a second deadly virus.
Well, isn't that...
And they could just walk in and take over because we'll be through.
We'll be coughing and...
They'd walk in wearing hazmat suits,
we'll be
and
doing,
that is the end of this country.
We'll all be doing Zoom takeover. They come over on our Zoom thing and say, we are now your boss.
Yes.
That's what is, that works out great for what happened in, during that 2016 election where Russia tried to manipulate our election system, and they might have. And so this came to fruition, and this is part of a very long-term plot. So when they try to push it on China that we got this disease, not that I'm saying it's true, but it sounds like it's working to their benefit, not ours. You don't hear about Russia worrying about the virus too much.
Well, they don't talk. They don't let. The only information they let out is the information they want let out, much like China. But it was proven by a group of Republican senators in an investigatory group who just came out this week saying that Russia did interfere in the election that got Trump elected by the Electoral College.
Well, that sounds illegal.
Yes.
Anyway.
And they're trying to do it again.
So that's your greatest fear. I agree with your greatest fear. The other greatest fear is that wild groups of people will come rampaging through weakened and protectionless people that are just in their houses because they can't go out. They're just stuck.
What's your
and
fear?
They're talking about that in places like Michigan and Georgia.
Where what happened?
Where they have groups who start to rabble rouse. They get together saying there's no such thing as getting sick from people near you, and then they start rampaging.
Yes. Well, I guess it's their God-given right to give themselves the coronavirus.
It's their right.
But then they pass it on to others. It's like the people who insist upon having church services, and then they come down with it and they wonder how God could let this happen.
How could he? I don't know. I guess it depends on who you listen to. Anyway, these are your greatest fears, right?
And well, that one is.
You have more greatest fears?
All we need is a second deadly virus on top of this one, and it's bye-bye USA, pretty much.
Well, that's what some people are warning, that
We can't even handle one.
Come the fall and winter, we will be going through the COVID, and we will get another flu, because that's when the flu
The flu
comes.
will come along as well.
And we'll have two different flus to work out with, and
then once
bye-bye
this-
democracy
Then
as
once
it
the
flew
COVID
out the window.
Once the COVID tapers off, it's bound to come back, just the way the flu of the 1917 did. The second wave was worse than the first wave. And,
Well, I can see your fear.
and another interesting thing about that flu that killed so many people in 1917, it started in Boston and in India on exactly the same day. How did that happen?
I don't know, because in those days you couldn't call people up and say, do you have the flu there? Yes, we do. I mean, you'd have to wait. No, it was 10 days ago. Oh, that's how long it takes a message to
It
get
couldn't
here.
have made it from India to the U.S. by ship. That takes several days back then.
Wow, those things are really hard
And
to
so
find out.
some people think it came from space.
Space.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean people who believe in aliens?
No, they're coming in all the time, viruses.
Oh, viruses coming from outer space. Oh.
Yeah. On
Oh.
comets, on asteroids, or just in particulate matter that makes it through.
Or they mutate the same way as humans mutated into humans. We're a virus in a way. Certainly on seafood. You know, we started out as seafood, right? We came from the water, and there we became a virus on the seafood.
Well, let's face it, we're just animated meat that can talk and make trouble.
No, sometimes we're not that animated. Sometimes we just sit there like a big lump.
Yes, and then there's this show. The town of Corona, New Mexico, Michael. They were there first.
They're so popular,
They were there before the virus was so named.
as is the beer.
And I wish there was a way. It's just a sleepy little town with a kind of a railroad operation going on there. And it's actually, that Roswell alien crash, it actually took place outside of Corona,
Oh.
not Roswell.
Oh, that's why Corona is so. But
Corona is about 70 miles north of Roswell. And it's much closer. The crash site there
it's
is much
too
closer.
small. It's too small. To
And
be
poor
anything.
Corona, I wish there was a way that they could capitalize on this. To see all the businesses are closed that aren't deemed essential. The restaurant there is doing takeout, but their business is down by 30%.
Nobody
at least.
wants to go to the town that makes everybody sick. I mean, nobody wants to drink the beer that is named after it. I heard 30%. Their business went down 30%,
Corona's gone viral.
or lack of being sold.
Yes.
And this comes just in time for Earth Day, right?
Earth Day was this week.
Happy Earth Day. And because
Unfortunately, we couldn't go out and celebrate it because it takes more than 5 people to celebrate Earth Day.
yes, Earth Day was 50 years old. Remember? In
Yes. And there was a nice insert in the Sunday paper about Earth Day. Of course, nowhere did it say what day Earth Day is. It happened to be Wednesday, the 22nd of this week. And inside this supplement is a very nice, I think 4 or 5 pages story of Dr. Jane Goodall, who studied chimpanzees in Africa for many, many years.
They're part of the Earth.
Michael and I interviewed Dr. Goodall,
she was here?
over 20 years ago when she was in Las Cruces.
Probably 1993
on our
or
previous
94.
TV show. And
The longest running show, if you count a big gap of a couple
yes.
of years. Yeah.
And now she's about 86 years old and still going,
Yeah.
still
She's
promoting the earth
And monkeying around.
and the animals that live upon it.
Yes. So, but Earth Day also, actually there was an article, you know how last week we talked about the good things that actual liquor could do, lower your blood.
It's beneficial in many ways.
It's beneficial. The Huffington Post had a story on all the ways that coffee can help you. It keeps you from getting type 2 diabetes, although I'm sure people who drink coffee have type 2 diabetes. I think I know some of them. I don't know. It also keeps you from getting certain types of cancer.
Let's take a break. We'll ponder that, and we'll
have
have some
another
more
drink.
healthy imbibement.
And you like that, right?
I do like it.
Good.
Yeah.
Sweet or not.
Hi, I'm Sam Stichter, and I'm here in the Las Cruces studios getting ready for my new show this week. And I have my sidekick, Scott, and he'll be joining me as we welcome some wonderful guests onto our show. We have some awesome singers, dancers, and entertainers, and you can check out right here on Facebook to see every Saturday night when our show's going to be airing. We'll be letting you know our times and dates real soon.
You found us on Channel 98. Keep watching because we have so much in store for you. We want to grow together. Your channel, local and real.
If we want to improve America's healthcare system, let's start by improving the health of Americans. Despite the best doctors, hospitals, and medical advancements, Americans are not as healthy as they should be. We spend too much on treatment and not enough on wellness and prevention. We need a system based on primary care. When patients have a medical home and a long-term relationship with a doctor, the result is a longer, healthier life and reduced medical costs for everyone. Let's make America a place where health is primary.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here. Horizon Granite is here. We'll come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here.
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Hi, I'm Ray Bamberg with Here on Earth. I would like to invite you for a free hearing evaluation to our office. We've been here in southern New Mexico for 34 years helping people hear better.
We are back. This is Double Talk right here on the Las Cruces channel.
And we're going back to doing the Old Pal cocktail with Maker's Mark instead of Elijah Craig. And we'll see if that's any big difference. So, ounce each of everything. Elijah Craig, Campari. Everybody should have a bottle of Campari. I know my friend Jim, I gave a bottle of Campari to in 1984, and he still has his.
Yes, do you have any Cinzano?
It would work. Cinzano is different than Campari.
Yes.
It's a complementary thing if you want to use it in a Negroni.
You know, you watch a movie that takes place in, say, in Paris, in France, somewhere, and you know the outdoor markets, the places where people eat, the outdoor bistros. You see all these umbrellas that say Cinzano on them.
Yes, and if you go to Milan, right near the Duomo, you'll see things that say Campari, as well as Aperol, because that's where they have Aperol and Campari restaurants.
Oh, everybody should have a bottle of sweet vermouth and a bottle of dry vermouth.
Yeah.
How else are you going to make a Negroni or a martini?
Dry martini.
Right.
If you have white vermouth, this is a standard thing. You should keep it in the refrigerator. Even so, it's not going to last you a long time. Well, this has been in my fridge for a long time. It's not bad.
Well, try drinking it once in a while.
Might be bad. We do more Campari. Campari doesn't have to be refrigerated.
Well, your wife loves the Negroni, so that's what you can use that for.
Maybe we'll have to try this with gin and white vermouth and Campari and see how that works with gin. What a color. It's like grapefruit. So
Gosh,
think of it as a
looks
summer
so
drink.
similar.
Yes. God, that's all the water.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. We're going to try this straight
Okay, first.
without...
Let's do this, Michael.
Oh, that has more bourbon flavor, doesn't it?
Well, this one does. Did you put any more in at all?
No, I didn't. Do you want to try the bitters?
Maybe that'll de-sweetenize it a little bit. Yeah,
De-sweetenize.
I'm willing to try. That's what we do on this show.
De-sweetenize. There you go.
A couple of drops will do you.
Ooh, cleans up the foam.
Got some on here.
You can just lick it off.
It helps, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Modifies it. Pretty good. Good. Now we can finish the show up. Don't worry, we won't take that long. We only take another 10 minutes.
It's
almost
more
up.
than half over.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
So
And we're going to start. So we're going to start at the beginning again to hear about this COVID stuff.
For those of you who just joined us, the stay-at-home order, the edict from the governor, means that we are going to remain at home until at least May 15th.
You know,
It's my sister's birthday.
Mazel Tov.
And so, but it could well get extended.
The Ides of May. We stay at home, but we've been getting food from a lot of takeout places.
Yes.
Well, they're not takeout places. They're real restaurants, but they're really starting to get professional.
All they
on
can
their
do is takeout.
We were in Olive Garden. It was really good. They have this one, not that I'm advertising Olive Garden, but we like them. You get a dish to eat that night, which is heated up.
Yeah.
You get one in a little black microwavable thing that you could have the next night. We got the ravioli for the next night. It was great. It was surprisingly good. Red Lobster is coming online. You could go to Red Lobster now, as well as we've been to Texas Roadhouse.
So
Ruby Tuesdays has it.
Yeah. Well,
Mexican restaurants are big in town.
some of the big chains like Applebee's, they've always had takeout. They even have a special drive-up.
Applebee's is crowded.
place.
Yeah.
Now, I noted the Navajo Nation has extended the stay-at-home order until May 17th.
Oh, they want to go one step further.
That's right.
And they have Navajo tacos there. And we want to talk about tacos, right?
Tacos.
Because the paper had the 5 best taco places, but whenever you hear that here,
Right.
there's no such
Those
thing.
are people's,
There's darn
people's
good
favorite.
tacos.
Doesn't mean they're the best necessarily. There's so many Mexican restaurants in town. To pick 5, and 2 of them to be on the East Mesa, you have to wonder.
One of my favorite Mexicans is Ciro's or Giro's, on
Yes,
across
Picacho
from
in Maine. Yeah.
I don't even know if they're open, but they do really good tacos. Habaneros does good tacos as well as chimichurri.
I like habaneros.
chimichangas.
I got food from Habaneros this very week, actually.
You also went to,
I like them.
What other place? You went to the Gordita place.
Science Gorditas, I went there yesterday, actually, and they have a walk-up window, but they've shut that off now. You have to get in line in your car, order through the speaker box, and then drive around. It was very fast.
A small price.
It was actually faster than if you walk up because you're not competing with other people walking up and driving up.
It's kind of good. I found that it was a bit more convenient to go to the places that we usually eat in and get takeout, and then you go home, you watch your shows.
Yeah, I like Science Gorditas. I like the tacos at downtown at La Nueva Casita.
Yeah, those are good.
On Mesquite
Those are
Street
good.
across from the park. They also liked, and I like too, El Sombrero makes some good tacos.
That's pretty good. The taqueria down on, they also mentioned a taqueria de... You didn't bring it with you.
No, I
You didn't bring the list. Well, if it has the word taco in it, you can be sure it's got good tacos.
Well, if a Mexican restaurant can't make good tacos, they have no business being in business, right?
That's kind of true. That's kind of true.
I make a pretty good taco myself.
Chachi's.
Chicken taco.
Chachi's, I had their chicken taco. A little heavy, but it's still good. The chicken is good. I think they put too much cheese or something in it. So,
I used to love to go to Miguel's
Miguel's has always been good
on
for
Amador.
us. Yeah.
And what I loved about Miguel's is they have a great salsa bar. Now that you can't go in there, you can't take advantage of their salsa bar, sadly.
Go buy your own cilantro.
Because you can get 3 or 4 different salsas and other
That's what
items.
makes it fun.
Chopped onions and salsa.
Maybe they'll get salsa bars to put outside when we go by.
Yes, that'll never happen.
I hate to say this because I know how you hate Taco Bell, but their Doritos tacos are really good. They're tasty. They're
They have
cheap.
Dorito taco shells, right?
Yeah, they're good.
Yes, and hydrogenated as well.
I don't know if they wash themselves or not.
So there's lots of good taco places out there. If you have a favorite taco place in town, let us know about it.
Text us.
Text us, call us. Facebook us.
Email LCC98.
And yeah, so they're all over town.
And if you eat enough tacos, you'll make it to be in the Senior Olympics, except not this year.
Michael, do you like your tacos crispy or not crispy?
You know, I like them both ways.
I do too. I really do.
I mean, you can have really good soft tacos. The crispy Dorito ones are great that they're crispy. So yes, I mean, they're two different things.
You know, the problem with soft tacos, and I used to have this problem when I go to Miguel's, you get 3 of them. By the time you get to the third one,
it falls apart because it's
the
soggy.
tortilla's all sogged out.
That's why you got to eat them fast, Mark.
Well, some places put 2 corn tortillas there for the soft taco. And that helps a lot.
Yes. Oh, look at that. Senior Olympics.
Yeah, the Senior Olympics.
Get that tattooed on your shoulder.
Unfortunately, they had to cancel the Senior Olympics this year, which they hold at NMSU from June 10th to the 13th.
There's a million things that...
it was canceled.
Everything's canceled.
And that was for people to qualify for the National Senior Olympics.
But they're not going to do a National Senior if it doesn't work out. We're not doing an Olympics.
I guess they won't.
We're not doing the Olympics.
Well, they could
might
zoom
be doing
in
the Summer Olympics.
You zoom in. You zoom.
You zoom
in the National Olympics.
Right. You show an old guy. Speaking of which, this guy from Russia, Vladivostok.
Yeah.
He ran around his bed, which I guess. Did you read that one?
Yes.
He ran around his bed
for 10 hours.
10 hours, because that would be about the same amount of time it would take him to race.
To run a marathon.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Those of you sitting at home and your bed isn't next to a wall, you could run around it.
I hope he didn't have neighbors below him.
He probably had neighbors. His room was probably really small, and all he had was a bed to run on. It's Russia. You don't know what they have there. So people try to be healthy.
Now, have you done your taxes yet, Michael?
In a way.
I mean, there's no rush.
Yeah, I know.
April 15th has come and gone, but that doesn't matter because the new tax day is July 15th.
So I usually get an extension on my taxes because I like to mull them over.
I usually get an extension just because I can, but this year I didn't. I got them done so I could get.
Your check.
I thought it might help me get the $1,200 check from the government.
And how'd that work?
Well, still waiting.
Can you tell if you're due your check? They say there's a way to go look. I didn't go look.
My friend Alice already got hers on automatic deposit.
Oh, you don't trust things like that.
No, I want them to mail it to me. That means I'll get it last. But at least I'll have Trump's signature on it. And that's what's important.
That's true, and you can frame it and sell it for the same amount of money.
I'll just photocopy it. Frame it proudly.
Anyway, tax day, don't worry about it. Although you should get done by July 15th by now. You have plenty of time. Get started. Oh, and there you could just trash.
The city was going to raise the rates of trash pickup, and they postponed it one time because of the crisis. They went and talked about it again, and they've decided to postpone the rate increase again.
Were they going to raise it 3%?
Well, about $2 a month.
Well, I think that's about
whatever
3% maybe. On the other hand, NMSU has just raised their tuition 3%.
Yes. They do that.
They do that occasionally.
A lot.
3% when you're talking about tuition. You know, you're going to college, you don't know what it should cost anyway.
Well,
but they said we're not expecting as much money from oil.
We're not.
No.
We're not. And
that's why we need drive-ins.
Well, oil prices, are down.
How'd the drive-in been getting?
Well, because he's jumped ahead.
Don't jump ahead.
Oil prices are down, which hurts New Mexico income-wise, because we rely on the oil income that we get.
But pollution-wise.
But it helps us at the pumps.
Oh, it helps us. Hey, it's that time again. Okay, so.
Oh, by the way, one thing more. The drive-in movie that Marcy Dickerson wants to do at the Game 2 is still canceled as of this date. But keep looking out for it.
However, there are drive-in movies in Los Angeles, according to my daughter.
So anyway,
they're really fun.
Anyway, thanks for joining us.
See you next week, we hope. Drink well. Be well. Be safe.
It's a good drink.
Drink fairly. He said it's a good drink.